You're listening to Spreaker Web Radio.
Hello and welcome to the Gnardo and Sid Show. I'm Sids.
I'm Gnardo.
And today we have a guest. Oh.
I ruined it already.
You did. You couldn't even wait. It's all good. You can introduce yourself now, though.
Well, I'm still not Gnardo and Sid, but I'm Chris.
The Ruiner.
The Ruiner.
Ruiner of all things.
Fluffy the Destroyer of Worlds, thank you.
Someday we'll get these introductions.
I don't know about that. We'll keep trying, but it's never good. Anyway, there wasn't really a lot of good news this week.
No.
A lot of debate whether about violent video games make you a violent person or not.
Well, I know for a fact that I'm violent and I play video games, so...
There was violence before there was video games, so...
Well, yeah, but only, like, war and murder.
Yeah, you know...
And rape.
And genocides.
And genocides. But, you know, video games don't stop... Well, I guess they kind of do stop murder, rape, and genocide sometimes.
Yeah.
I know.
If you're busy playing a video game, you're not going to be raping or murdering someone.
And how many times have you wanted to murder someone, but you just had to get that next level?
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to murder that guy, but...
Next level.
Anyway.
There was a study that actually kind of proved that playing violent video games over a long period of time actually does make you more violent.
Oh.
I can rationalize that. Just because, you know, if you sit there and watch violent TV or you sit there and watch violent real life for a lot of time, you could become violent. I can understand that.
I feel like no matter what you surround yourself with, if you're around the same kind of situation all the time, that's how you're going to act all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I was going to input was, the guy that plays Sunshine Mario 24/7 isn't out murdering people.
Right, because it's not a violent video game.
Granted, he's probably masturbating a lot, like, to a dangerous degree. But he ain't hurt nobody. Well, he probably is actually physically doing harm to himself. But
so, some video game companies are doing their part to reduce sexual violence anyway.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a growing list of companies that are agreeing to remove sex offenders from their online games.
See, this is something I support, but only because I support sex offenders not being able to do anything.
This includes...
living included. But this is violent sex offenders, not, like... There's a definite degree that... Like, the guy that's caught masturbating in a park, I don't think, he should be prevented from video games. But I can sympathize with eliminating that chain of communication.
Well, anyway, some of the companies anyway, are Microsoft, Apple, Blizzard, THQ, a lot of big names.
Yeah, that's what those are some big companies.
Yeah, that is some huge names.
Electronic Arts, Warner Brothers, Sony.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually kind of expect Sony, but...
It's, I really wasn't expecting that big of names yet. I was kind of expecting smaller companies.
Yeah.
And to get the ball rolling, but it seems like all the big names are in there.
Yeah, that's what I expected. I expected some small ones so that, the bigger companies... I felt like the bigger companies were going to be worried about losing the customers.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I felt like they cared less about people and more about the money in their pocket.
Money? Yeah.
Yeah, someone must just be going around to these companies being like, "Oh, so you're for child molesters?"
Yeah, that's what it
Oh,
is.
no.
Right?
We're in.
No, yeah. I mean...
It's one of those causes that, everyone can get behind.
Yeah.
yeah. Except for, child molesters.
Right.
Sex offenders.
Right, they're trying to get behind other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think, some sex offenders can get behind it just because they're not specifically child molesters. Like, the only reason I understand it is because I have seen that there are a lot of stupid 10 or 12-year-olds on the internet that get most of their internet through video games that could be lured very easily by somebody that's the wrong sort of somebody.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm for it, I guess. Anything you're going to do to keep kids away from predators.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little... Like, I don't think they should be banned from playing video games, because I think video games can help anybody. But playing them on the internet, I think should be prohibited.
Yeah. Also, there's a lot of settings for most video games where, I mean, as a parent, you should be monitoring what your kid is doing on the internet and who they're talking
definitely.
to, and
Definitely.
But
I mean,
I'm
I
definitely
feel like,
down for this, but
I feel like the major issue in any of these cases is that parents don't parent enough and they try to leave it to somebody else.
like the video game system. It's your babysitter
It's not
for
the video
day.
games raping their children and making them ignorant,
Right.
as it turns out. In certain cases, they don't help, but in far fewer cases, they hurt.
Well,
I will
a
say
video
anyone
game-
still playing Pokemon is a little stupid. And probably
Hey.
prone to being raped.
I played Pokemon.
No, I mean, those
And
games...
probably prone to being raped.
After...
It's a fact, not opinion, fact.
You're telling me you didn't play Pokemon?
I did, and I'm prone to being raped.
Alright,
After
alright.
Pokemon Yellow, those games went downhill anyway.
And because of that, I'm also prone to being raped. I'm matter of fact, not opinion.
All right, let's hear a
everyone-
positive story.
Isn't everyone prone to being raped? Yeah. Seriously. Alright, well, a video game mogul is asking for a day of ceasefire to honor the Newtown victims. Which is kind of a cool thing. So they're asking everyone to stop playing first-person shooters for 24 hours on Friday.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
A lot of people are doing it.
And
I was going
a
to
lot
say,
of people
there will definitely be a definitive population drop, but there's going to be those that just feel like it's silly.
As of 5:30 on Tuesday, it had more than 1,236 supporters.
I can support that. There are other video games than first-person shooters.
You know what? I don't support it. Because that's
love
just
first-person
reinforcing the
shooters.
link.
I do agree there. Like, there's no... That guy didn't play first-person shooters.
No, and that was what the head of the company said. Like, there's no link between the violent video games and this shooting. This is just something that they wanted to do to show their support, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, and that was why I supported it. Is that I approve of, just to show, like, sometimes just that showing of support from, the gamer community makes a difference. And I mean, really, it often does.
Yeah. Well, that story was barely positive,
Well, I'm sorry.
but this one's worse. Did you hear about the thieves who stole like 7,000 Wii U's?
What?
Yeah.
No, that's impressive.
Apparently,
That
a bunch
is
of dudes.
impressive.
They just backed up diesel trucks to the Nintendo distribution center in Seattle, and they just used forklifts to steal 7,000 Wii U's. Put them on the truck and drove away.
Hey, how much time did that take?
I don't know. On Sunday,
okay.
they noticed the missing inventory in trucks.
Like,
So they
even if
took
the
their
guy
own
was good with a forklift, it's still gonna take time.
Yeah, I mean, how many can you really fit on a pallet, I guess?
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
They're saying it ends up being about $2.1 million worth of consoles.
Whoa.
and they stole it using Wii's, Nintendo's own equipment, right? Am I understanding that correctly?
It kind of seems like they might have stolen their trucks.
They don't have tracking devices in their trucks.
It says workers noticed the missing inventory as well as vanished trucks on Sunday.
That's what was getting me. It's like they had to do it in their, in Wii's trucks.
I'm going to say that sounds like an inside job.
That's definitely an inside job.
But also, you just show up at a place in the right uniform and pretend like you're there. No one questions you.
That's true.
No.
I've done it
no
before.
one.
And people just don't question you if you look like you're supposed to be there.
In general, if you don't make a scene, nobody even acknowledges it. They just want to be in their, they're concentrated in their own little world.
That's crazy. That's
awesome. That's a good
be some sort of gang connection to get rid of all of those. Good fence.
Something.
'Cause that's a lot of shit to get rid of. Man, a lot of Wii's. Damn.
Yeah.
But hey, someone's having a good Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody is having a great time.
All right, well, I'm gonna play a song here. This is "I Am Not Your Game Boy" by Freeze Pop.
F-R-E-E-D-E-O-O-P. Wrong. Try again. F-R-E-E-D-E-O-P. You are correct.
Don't play with me, I'm not your toy. Oh, can't you see? I am not your Game Boy. Don't mess with me, I'm not your toy. Just look at me, I am not your Game Boy. 6 AA batteries, and I'm good to go. 700 milliamps, I'm here to rock the show. 6 AA batteries, to hear the music play. 700 milliamps, gonna come your way. I don't have Miss Pac-Man, asteroids or Donkey Kong. Don't look here for Tetris, even Super Mario. Don't ask me, I told you no. Don't play with me, I'm not your toy. Oh, can't you see? I am not your Game Boy. Don't mess with me, I'm not your toy. Just look at me, I am not your Game Boy. Six AA batteries, and I'm good to go. 700 milliamps, I'm here to rock the show. 6 AA batteries, to hear the music play. 700 milliamps, gonna come your way. I don't have Spy Hunter, Galaga or Burger Time. Don't look here for Frogger, Dig Dug ain't no friend of mine. Don't ask me, I'll cross the line. Don't play with me, I'm not your toy. Oh, can't you see? I am not your Game Boy. Don't mess with me, I'm not your toy. Just look at me, I am not your Game Boy. I don't have a joystick or a backlit LCD. No Nintendo logo. Don't push that cartridge inside me, 'cause I'll push back, just wait and see.
I-M-O-O-P-Y.
Don't play with me,
All right. So I guess I'm gonna try to be a little more positive here if we can.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, what is with all these negative stories lately? There's an Assassin's Creed charity marathon that's going on.
Oh,
It's pretty cool. Yeah, a group of students at Antelope Valley College in Lancaster, California, are hosting an Assassin's Creed marathon to raise money for Child's Play charity, which benefits sick children in hospitals.
Child's Play it's called?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which makes me think of Chucky.
Chucky.
Yeah.
It's a
Right?
weird name for a charity.
Hey,
It
Chucky
is.
was never that bad to kids.
No, but he was not good to anyone.
Yeah.
Adults. Specifically adults. He wasn't bad to kids.
I'm just saying it's a bad charity name. What does this consist of here?
There's a live stream which you can watch at twitch.com with the students sitting around playing Assassin's Creed. You can donate money. And they also are auctioning off numerous Assassin's Creed themed merchandise, paintings and custom shoes, hoodies, all sorts of different things. So I'll put up a link for the stream and that website. You can go check that out. Last year, they raised $1,400. So when I checked the other day, they had already raised more than that this year. So
Wow.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that was, again, like, what was last year's? Was it still Assassin's Creed, or?
Yeah, it was the same thing. The group is called Assassins for Kids.
I can get behind that. Hey, I think more kids need their own personal assassin.
And I think this group of people needs someone who can come up with better names.
They're a bunch of college students. You'd think they could just do something a little better.
That's pretty along the lines of what I think a college student would be capable of.
Assassins for Kids.
So did you hear about THQ
No.
filing
Yes.
for bankruptcy?
Bankruptcy.
Chapter 11 bankruptcy?
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, they've entered into an asset purchase agreement with a bidder to acquire substantially all of the assets of the THQ's operating business. I had no idea that they were a failing company, I guess.
Me neither.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still play a game of there.
At least one.
I'm pretty bad at knowing which company makes which games, but they made Saints Row, and I thought that was a big seller.
That actually, there was a deal, and I think it was a THQ deal.
Yeah.
My brother was just telling me about for Steam, well, through Steam. And it was like, now that I think of it, it was the best sellers of THQ for like $6.
Wow.
Saints
Right.
Row.
So they are just trying to squeeze
Upper
out a few more bucks.
I guess so.
That's a
Damn.
bummer, though. I hate to see video
That is a
game
bummer.
companies fail.
Yeah. Any of them.
Yeah, really.
I just get to wondering, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
If a video game, company can't make money, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Good question. Anyway, did you hear about Obsidian working on a Snow White prequel?
What's Obsidian?
Obsidian?
Yeah.
Like Fallout New Vegas?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
My question's more along the lines of what's Snow White prequel?
Well, it was gonna be about the dwarves. That's what it was gonna be entitled, was dwarves. Yeah.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Apparently that's what Disney thought because they canceled it pretty quickly.
Sounds like a safe bet.
I can't believe like they would go to Obsidian to make a video game. With their other releases, why would Disney go to them? Like, have you played Fallout New Vegas?
Obsidian is also behind Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Hmm.
So yeah, they might be kind of linked to that.
That's probably why, because they bought Star Wars.
And according to this, Star Wars and the Stick of Truth.
Yes?
I didn't know about any of that.
Well,
Like a stick that's never wrong? Or
No,
never
just the
done?
new Star Wars game. Like didn't you see the episode with the WoW episode
No.
of South Park? I didn't say South Park.
you didn't
Yeah,
say
you-
South Park.
South Park
I
and the
was way
Stick of
lost
Truth.
there.
I apologize.
Ah,
That further explains
you
why I
said
had
Star
no
Wars
fucking
in the...
Yeah.
what you were talking
I
about.
was way confused for a minute.
All right,
there.
let's bring it back. South Park and the
South
Stick
Park
of
and
Truth.
the Stick of Truth. This game that looks awesome.
It does sound like a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited about it.
they showed some clips of that at the VGAs too.
Yeah.
That does look good. Anyway,
So Blizzard has taken a stand against botters in Diablo 3.
ooh,
Yeah. They've banned...
It's something I support as much as I don't support Diablo 3.
I hate botters in any game. But they
Yeah,
have banned several thousand users, they say. And it says they will continue to ban anyone found botting.
Diablo 2, there was somewhat of a necessity for botting after a while. There wasn't enough population. That I can sympathize with. But the way they set up Diablo 3, that completely manipulates the auction system and the whole monetary system, and that further ruins an already terrible game.
Yeah, there got to be people who are just running bots and making money.
Exactly.
And that's just not good for gameplay.
No, and I love if it wasn't for Activision, I would probably still love Diablo, but they've pretty thoroughly killed it for me, and I don't
come
like
on, that game was big for 2 weeks.
I did play it for 2 weeks straight. And then never again.
It was so close to a great game. If they just hadn't strayed so far from the original, it would have been perfect.
Wow.
I mean, no talent system, no replay value.
Can't win all the time.
Well, I mean, they spent like fucking 14 years trying to half win.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that was really what killed it for me. Is I think
take forever.
I waited so long for something that was better, and I got something that was worse.
And then maybe StarCraft 2 got your hopes up because it was like, it took them forever, but look what they did. Maybe Diablo
Exactly.
can do the same thing.
I didn't even think about it that way, but StarCraft definitely got my hopes up because StarCraft 1 and StarCraft 2 is I'll play that now, given the option or the reason, I should say.
Yeah, I still play
Oh, it's
StarCraft
not.
2 now and then.
I opened it up just the other day. I didn't play it, but I opened it.
That doesn't quite mean as
Oh.
much.
Speaking
Well,
of
I mean-
StarCraft, I'm gonna play this song.
I
This
opened
is-
it, and right now I pay $15 a month for EverQuest 2 that I haven't opened, and
Why?
I would stop that, yeah.
probably
Yeah,
70 or
I
80
would
bucks
cancel
for
that.
that.
We got time for another song?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the StarCraft 2 12 Days of Christmas.
I love it.
On the first day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me a brand new SCV. On the second day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 2 Terran Wraiths and a brand new SCV. On the third day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths,
And a brand new SCV.
On the fourth day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 4 Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths,
And a brand new SCV.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths.
And a brand new SCV.
On the 6th day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 6 zealots fighting.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths.
And a brand new SCV.
Six zealots fighting.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths.
And a brand new SCV.
On the 8th day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 8 Archons burning. 6 zealots fighting.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths.
And a brand new SCV.
On the 9th day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 9 battle cruisers. Power overwhelming. 6 zealots fighting.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths.
And a brand new SCV.
Nine battle cruisers. Terror all consuming. 6 zealots fighting.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths.
And a brand new SCV.
On the 11th day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 11 science vessels.
9 battle cruisers. I hate all this singing. 6 zealots fighting.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths.
And a brand new SCV.
On the 12th day of Christmas, Blizzard gave to me 12 Arbiters.
11 science vessels.
9 battle cruisers. 8 Archons burning. 6 zealots fighting.
Hydralisks,
3 Marines, 2 Terran Wraiths. Why am I so jolly? Hey, who spiked the eggnog?
All right, well, that's going to do it for us this week. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at nardoandsids@gmail.com.
Any feedback?
Any
You
feedback.
ruined it. I was going to prep it with email go, and you're just like, no, I'm already going to.
Email go. We can end it with that. You can tell the audience. Email go. Send us stuff
Email
now.
go. Yeah. Everyone, email go.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.